Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I hope you all are good and utilizing this time for the betterment of yourself and studying and working hard in the mean of education. So, as you know that we have started the novel and we are dealing with chapter number 18 today. And last time we finished the chapter number 17, and that was the midnight divergence of the young Ruperts. And now, what happened there in the end of the novel, that impostor Rudolf Wessendile watched and witnessed Rupert of Hanzo holding a sword, laughing like a devil, and waiting to go into someone's room. As he reached over there, the drawbridge, he opened it and he didn't lock it, and he went inside that thing, that drawbridge, and after it, what happened? Let's see. We will move with it. Now, the chapter number 18, the title of the chapter is The Forcing of the Trap. Now, they are having a desperate plan that was there in chapter number 16. Now, they are going to ask the enemy to be trapped in it. Once Chinese famous leader and revolutionary Mao Zedong said that when your enemy is moving ahead in front of you, what you need to do? You need to go back. And when you see the circumstances are favoring you, you need to move ahead. Rather than to follow the plan of someone else, make or create such circumstances that enemy or the opponent party is going to follow your plan and going to do the mistakes. Why? Because with the help of their mistakes, you are going to complete the task which is assigned you, or the task you have taken there. Other than, if you are going to do the mistakes, it's going to be easy for the enemy or for the opponent party to catch you and to trap you and to defeat you. So it is the wisest thing we are going to see in this chapter, that they are following the plan they were having in the beginning. And here we are going to see the rising action of this novel, and in the plot of it we are going to find out the rising action, and with that rising action we are going to find out that we are moving towards the conclusion. So without wasting a single moment, let's move ahead towards the critical appreciation, towards the critical notes and the key notes and the explanation of all these things in it. Okay, so now it's chapter number 18, that is the forcing of the trap. And in it, first of all, we need to know about our characters, the characters who are going to influence directly or indirectly the main plot are Rudolf Wessendile, Madame Anthony Lieberman, Richard, Johannan, Rupert, Black Michael, Bersanan, and King Rudolf Alberg. So in this chapter you are going to witness the real king there after a very long time. Now, it's quite difficult to give you the detail of every single incident which is going on in the novel, in each chapter. But we're trying our level best to give you the minute details too, but it's quite hard. But somehow by going through these keynotes, the key things there, and by listening the lecture, it's going to be very easy for you to maintain and to go through with the main plot. So in it we started, and we were there that Resendal was sitting over there near the Jackman ladder, and he was witnessing all the things there. As Rupert bent and he opened the drawbridge, didn't close it, he went inside the room. So impostor followed him too, and when he followed him too, he followed the same route, the route which was taken by young Rupert of Windsor. Now, at that time, he was having a great chance to have one-on-one battle against the Rupert of Henzo, but he can't do that. Why? Because he need to follow the desperate plan. The plan they were having, the plan the other people are following it. So he went there and he stood there near the drawbridge. And now Rupert went. Now he was to deal with the three people there. One was sleeping there in his room with the name of Decotet, and the two other one were guarding the kings there. So as he was there, so he listened some sort of a movement over there, and he listened that someone is trying to open the room, and it was nonetheless Rupert of Hunzo who opened the door of Madame Anthony de Beaumont's apartment. And then I just witnessed the light in the room. So Michael was there in the room of Anthony de Beaumont, and there was a light. And when there was a light, so the Madame Anthony de Beaumont's room was the center of the all action. She cried, "Help, help, Michael, help." Now, it was not the message we gave to the Anthony de Beaumont, but all these things happened accidentally. So she cried, "Help, help, Michael, help." So at that time, Black Michael, who was there in his room, he came, and when he was there at the door, and he was knocking it and saying, open the door for the God's sake, what's the matter?" He was crying that thing there. And then again the Madame Anthony de Beaumont had a cry, and that cry was basically the message we gave to the Johanan to deliver our message. And that was, "Help Michael Henzo." It means that, help Michael, Rupert of Henzo is here. Now, he somehow knocked the door and Black Michael went into the room. Now, what I listened there, at the same moment, the window above my head, that was the window of the Madame Anthony Beaumont's room, there was a cry that I listened, "What is the matter?" And I listened that there was the footsteps and grasp of the sword were going on. It means that there were the foot movement and the sword were moving there. It means there was a battle going on between the Black Michael and the Rupert of Henzo. So I heard the clash of cross swords and tramp of feet. I could not tell you quickly what happened there, but it seemed at once that someone was injured, because I listened the cry of a wounded man. The window was flung open and the Rupert stood, and he was having the sword in his hand. So it means that Black Michael was injured by the Rupert of Henzo, and Johanan was there. You know, it's exactly the time when Johanan needed to be there at the drawbridge, at the main gate of the castle. He's standing here. So Black Michael is saying, Rupert is saying to the Johanan, "Hey Johanan, there's one for you. Come on, Michael." Johanan was there, and in the mean of time, there were other people too were standing there, but no one is having the courage to go near the Rupert and have a battle with him. Meanwhile, Johanan was injured too. He was having a wound there on his cheek. Now, that man was drunk in blood. That was the Rupert, and he was laughing loudly and wildly. And after it, what he did, he jumped from window to the moat. He jumped into the moat from the window where he was standing there. So what I did, without wasting the time, I went into the drawbridge, and there I met with the Tigotet. And without wasting a single moment, I just hit him, and I just killed him with one blow. And then what I did, I just tried to find out the keys. And while I was finding out the keys, I knocked on his face twice and said, "Oh man, come on, give me the keys." At last, I found out the keys, and then I went directly into the king's cellar. We gave you the map, and in that map, we showed you E and F. E, where the guard was there, and F was the position where they put the king there. So I directly went there. So when I went there, I listened that Burson and Richard were talking. And they were saying that, "Gentlemen, should we kill him or should we wait?" While they were talking and saying all these things there, what I did, I just off, the lamp was there with the light, I just put it off. So there was a dark in the room, in the outer cell. Out of this outer cell, I went to the inner room. And when I went to the inner room, there the Bursnan and the Richard were there to guard him. Without wasting the time, I knocked on the head of Bursnan and I killed him. Meanwhile, what Richard did, Richard just went into the room of the king, and for a time being, I realized that now it's going to be the end of the game. Why? Simply because he would be there and he would kill the king, so our whole mission is going to be a failure. But I went into the king's room, and what I watched, Richard was holding the physician. You remember the physician who came in the last few chapters, and he was just having having the treatment of the Rudolf Elfberg. That man with the name of Richard killed that physician. And now when he killed there, I was there, 101, sword to sword, with the man with the name of Richard in the king's cell. Now, I fought with that man. That man was more capable, was having more skills, and was a great man with skills to fight with the swords. Now, I tried my level best, but for the time being, I realized that skillful swordman is going to kill me. In the meantime, the Rudolf Elberg was crying, cousin Rudolph, King Rudolph." So what I asked from him, that because his hands were not open, they were closed with the help of the chains there. I asked him that try to have the knife and try to go near the Richard. So King Rudolf Elberg did the same, and meanwhile Richard returned back to the King Rudolf and hit a blow, and the king was injured, and king fell on the ground or on the floor. Now, meanwhile, he was returning towards me. There was blood of a physician. So, in that blood, what happened there? He was returning to me, and he trembled there. And when he trembled there, he was there on the floor, and without wasting the time, I went near to him, and I dropped my point through his rock. And with a stifled curse, he fell across the body of his victim. That the victim, the man he killed with the name of physician. Now, after killing the Richard, I just went to see was the king alive or dead. So I examined the body of the king. So king was alive, but he was injured. So after leaving the king, there was a noise outside the room or outside that inner cell. So I went outside. When I went outside, I was thinking that my people sat and the company they are going to be here and they are going to help to rescue me. But when I went outside, what I witnessed, Rupert of Hinzo was there, and that man was there in the middle of the drawbridge, and he was laughing scornfully, and he was saying, Black Michael, you curse, come and fight for the her. For her means Madame Anthony de Beaumont. And he was surrounded by the men of Black Michael, but no one was having courage to fight with him. So I went outside and I took the revolver of a person and it was in my hand. So I was having the chance to kill that man with the name of Rupert, who was the opposite side to me. So that is the end of the explanation of the chapter number 18. And the important questions we are having from that chapter. The first one that is going to be how Rudolph Lysander entered into the king's cell and how he saved the king. The second one is going to be the part of it. Describe how did Rupert kill Black Michael. Number 3. Were things went according to imposter's plan? If not so, what was the changed in it? So these are the important questions, and I hope things are going to be quite clear for you. Now we will move ahead. Okay, so that is the end of the chapter number 18, and we leave you here, and we will be back soon with chapter number 19. But before it, today we are going to have a story for you. The story usually is the part of our class, and I know you people are not missing it. I understand it, but I do have a craze to tell the story, so I will tell it to you. So it's a story from Sri Lanka, and it's a story of a rat whose name is Jinu. Jinu, quite a cute name, like the name we are going to have Minu, Pinu, Shinu, and so many like this. जीनू बहुत प्यारा चूहा लेकिन बहुत पेटू like Pakistanis always ready to eat. In this disaster of a coronavirus, believe me, ask the people who are sitting at their homes and missing burger, pizza, and a lot of fast food there. So that Chuba Jinu, he was quite paid too. So one day the mother of Jinu asked him, बेटा देखो मेरी बात सुनो, जैसे अम्मा ही कहती हैं, तुम बहुत खाते हो और कोई काम नहीं करते हो. जीनू अम्मी का चेहरा देखे और फिर खाने को देखे, और अम्मा ने ये भी कहा that sometime you even don't care about your father and your mother and you eat all the food. Gino was giving nothing to the mother and quite busy with eating the things there, as we usually do. So mother asked him, now it is the time you will go out of the home and you will find out your food and not return back empty-handed. Gino शरादा बंदा खाना मुकम्मल किया है, उसके बाद उठा गया. Okay mom, I am leaving you and I will not return empty-handed and I will find out my food by my own. कहना तो आसान होता है, अब जाए और जाकर खाना तलाश करे. That's a difficult job. So he went out there and quite nearly he found out the grain of wheat. गन्नम का दाना मिल गया. I'm quite happy and laughing over there. So quite happy. A rabbit was sitting near to that grain and the rabbit said, "Hey, चूहे, इतने पे खुश हो रहा है? थोड़ा सा आगे जा. When you will go ahead, you are going to find out so much amount of these wheat grain. हाँ अच्छा ऐसा है. And he went ahead. That चूहा went ahead. जीनू went ahead. जीनू आगे गया तो आगे बाकी बहुत सारे दाने गंदम के और जीनू नाचने लग गया खुश. The cat was sitting over there and quiet. And cat smiled and said, "Hmm, क्यों हंस रहे हो? थोड़ा सा ही है." लगा हाँ, go ahead. You are going to find out larger amount than that. He went ahead there, and the cat was quite true, and he found it a large amount of it. So he said, "Ah, ये तो उम्र भर के लिए काफी है." But at the same time, a monkey sitting over there and laughed. He said, "Oh, it's not enough. You will go a bit further, and you are going to find out a complete field of the grain there." Said, "हाँ, बोले उम्र भर के लिए खाओ ना, क्यों परेशान हो रहे हो?" गया और जाकर देखा, and it was quite true. A complete field over there, and that Genu jumped into the field and quite happy, flying there, enjoying there, and eating there. But the meanwhile, the snack was standing to wait him. सांप, Genu, Genu, सांप. उन्होंने बोला बेटा आज तो मर गया. Well, Genu closed its eyes. Meanwhile, a man came with a stick in his hand, and that man killed the snake. And Genu somehow tried to survive and return back its home. So that story is letting you know that try not to have a greed, because why? Once you are having little, you go for more. When you are having some, you go for further. When you are having everything, even though you go to have the things which are still not a part of your life. And the other thing, disobedience. The mother asked the Genu. So be happy with it, and hope to see you soon with our next chapter. Allah Hafiz.